One crucial aspect of healthcare has gone somewhat overlooked of late. CFTK-TV's Cael Maslin looks into why that might be the case.
More than a fair few topics have been talked about quite frequently during this election cycle, with most of them being about money-based topics like the economy, the carbon tax, and the cost of living. Healthcare has been focused on as well, but one part of that subject that hasn't been discussed nearly as much is the problems facing disabled people, and incumbent NDP Skeena-Bulkley Valley MP Taylor Bachrach recently gave his thoughts on that.
The reality is that the issues facing people with disabilities haven't been front and center in this election, and they should be. Cost of living is really the overarching issue that so many Canadians are dealing with. And people with disabilities struggle with the cost of living more than other Canadians. Our commitment, and this is a commitment that's in our platform, the NDP's commitment is to double the Canada Disability Benefit.
And on a similar note, something else that could end up of being great use to disabled people is Bill C-277, which is looking to institute a proper strategy on how to best help people who suffer from brain injuries, and is also a bill that the NDP is knowledgeable about.
That piece of legislation is a private member's bill that was brought forward by my colleague and good friend Alistair McGregor. It's so important. Canada doesn't have a national strategy for brain injuries, and yet there are thousands and thousands of people living with the effects of brain injury. And so it's been supported, this bill has been supported by all of the main advocacy groups. It's got broad support across Canada. And our hope is that it can be pushed forward. It didn't make it through to the final vote in this last parliament, but it's certainly going to be a priority when we come back after this election.
Taylor Bachrach also mentioned that his hope is that regardless of who wins the election, they will work with the NDP on getting this bill finalized and finally put that much-needed strategy into place. For CFTK-TV News, I'm Cael Maslin.